Hey Compass, my name is Brandon Corse, part of the Compass family. My wife Susie and I attend the Mid-Cities campus. We've been going to Compass since 2015. I grew up in the church and I always knew about tithing and always knew about 10%. I just don't feel like the logistics of it ever worked out for me. It was always a conflict in my mind. I think the way that we used to give, there was a lot of me holding on to it, and it would almost be begrudgingly writing the check. And that's just not the way that I wanted to give. I knew that wasn't the way that giving should feel. Do we give to the church or do we use it for this? And having those two compete, I've always struggled with. I just knew I needed to find a way to make it work for us to give. That was something that was heavy on my heart, was being able to give and being able to lead in generosity, to be able to show my kids what generosity looks like. But I never found a good way to do that. I remember a sermon from Pastor Luke that was in November of 2019. We were talking about generosity, and he had made the comment about deciding to live off a certain percentage of your income. And my wife and I talked about it and we prayed about it, and what we decided to do was make a decision that we're gonna live off of 90% of our income. That we would take the first 10% of our income and simply put it in a separate account that we would call our giving account. We never viewed that as our money, we viewed that as our giving account that we could give. Occasionally what my wife and I will do is we'll donate stock to the church. There's a couple different reasons why we do that. The first and foremost is it's just an easy way to give stock, and if I were to sell the stock, I'm gonna have to pay taxes on it. And if the church sells it, they don't have to pay any taxes on it. And then I can just use the giving account to replenish my stock, increasing my basis that I have in the stock, so that if I sell it in the future, again, not having to pay as much taxes on it. I'll give a very practical example of that real quick, that if you buy a stock for say $5,000 and it grows to $10,000, if you are going to give sometime throughout the year $10,000 to the church, your options are gonna be that you can sell the stock and you're gonna have a $5,000 capital gain, which you'll have to pay taxes on, or you can give the $10,000 worth of stock to the church. The church gets to enjoy the full $10,000 benefit of it. You get a full $10,000 tax deduction from it. And you can use other money to repurchase that stock at $10,000 if you want to, and then now you no longer have a capital gain on your book and you still own the stock. I think the misconception is that a lot of people think that you have to have an extraordinary amount of stock in order to have giving stock make sense for you. That's really not the case at all. That's a practical strategy for anybody. It's been really exciting because you get to see, especially at the Mid-Cities campus, just the growth that we've had, and to know that we are participating in that generosity. We are part of the reason that that's happening. That's just such a great feeling for us. On behalf of all of us at the Mid-Cities campus, thank you so much for your generosity. It's unbelievable to get to see the work that we get to do, the growth that we've had here, and that's all because of you. Thank you, Compass.